Hello there, boys and girls. My name is Geppetto, and I'm a wood carver. How well I remember the day when I carved my little wooden Pinocchio from a plain wooden log. Pinocchio was a puppet, but not an ordinary puppet. No, sir. He was a magic puppet.
Here's Pinocchio, what a happy lad since the day he lost his strings. He can walk and talk and fly.
Do anything I try.
He can dance, sing a tune, play a flute.
Do anything I try.
But never, 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 ever should he ever tell a lie.
I know that I shouldn't tell so many lies. It's just that, well, it just sort of happens. Sure wish Crick and I could find the blue fairy, 'cause then she'd turn me into a real boy. And then I'd try real hard, never ever to tell another lie.
Here's Pinocchio, what a happy lad since the day he lost his strings. He can walk and talk and fly.
Do anything I try.
He can dance, sing a tune, play a flute.
Do anything I try.
But never, 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 ever should he ever tell a lie.
Pinocchio and Cricket were looking for the blue fairy when they wandered into a circus. They saw a chimpanzee eating lighted torches. The ringmaster discovered that Pinocchio was a talking puppet and thought that he would make a fine addition to his group. He talked them into joining the circus. Then Pinocchio told the ringmaster that he had an act, which was a lie, and his nose grew very long. But with the help of Cricket, he played golf with it, fenced, and even went fishing with it as part of the funniest circus act you've ever seen.
Now, this is the star of our show, Methuselah Monk, the champ chimp.
Hi, Mr. Monk.
Greetings, Methuse.
Hello, fellas. Just rehearsing my new act.
How about introducing the boys to the other performers for me?
Oh, sure, boss.
See you later.
We saw you eat those fire torches before. You don't burn yourself when you do that, do you?
What, are you crazy? Well, sure I burned myself.
Then why do you do it?
Well, just for laughs. Haven't you heard? Monkeys are the craziest peoples.
Do you do anything else?
Well, of course, I'm a star. I do acrobatics.
Terrific!
Terrific! That was sensational. Stupendous. Colossal.
Yes, I know.
I also do impressions. Hey, listen. Catch this one of Jimmy Cagney. You dirty mouse is the fellow what shot my brother in the back.
That was great. How do you do it?
Well, you know what they say. Monkey sees, monkey does.
Can you introduce us to the other circus people, please?
Oh, sure thing.
Boy, he looks mean.
Well, this is Lazarus the lion.
Yipes!
Shut your mouth, you big show-off.
Is he as mean as he looks?
Well, we had a lion tamer who loved that lion. He would have given his right arm for him. When he did.
Is that dangerous?
Oh, yeah. His bite is worse than his roar. I used to work with him out in Hollywood. He used to open all the pictures with a roar just like that.
You were in Hollywood?
Oh, yeah. I used to be in them Tarzan pictures. But they didn't give me any lines to say. All I do in the picture would be...
Why'd you leave the movies?
I was working for Peanut.
Say, who's that?
Oh, that's Tiny the elephant. I'll introduce you.
You must have told a lot of lies to get a big nose like that, Crick.
Pleased to meet you, Pinocchio. Cricket?
How'd you get to be so big, Tiny?
Oh, clean living, Pinocchio.
Tiny is a dancing elephant. He was known as the Fred Astaire from the jungle.
Here, let me show you. Do 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 loop do do loopity doo 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 loop do do loopity doo doo doo.
Say, I can do that. Da 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 dum da dee dee da dum da da da. Ah! Say, why did you do that?
This circus only calls for one dancer, and that's me.
Whenever Pinocchio tells a lie, his nose begins to grow and grow and grow. I think Pinocchio's good friend Cricket can tell us a little more about that.
By Jupiter jumping jeepers,
Look at your nose.
by jumping jeepers creepers,
See how it grows.
you've got to stop those foolish lies.
They shock my ears, they shock my eyes.
They'll make you stay a wooden toy. You'll never be a real live boy. By Jupiter jumping jeepers,
Who would believe it?
by jumping jeepers creepers.
Who could conceive it?
Pinocchio, why is it so? Whenever your nose begins to grow, it's a great big sign of trouble ahead.
Dear me, I should have stayed in bed.
By Jupiter jumping jeepers,
Look at your nose.
by jumping jeepers creepers,
See how it grows.
you've got to stop those foolish lies.
They shock my ears, they shock my eyes.
They'll make you stay a wooden toy. You'll never be a real live boy. Pinocchio, why is it so? Whenever your nose begins to grow, it's a great big sign of trouble ahead.
Dear me, I should have stayed in bed.
By Jupiter jumping jeepers,
Look at your nose.
by jumping jeepers creepers,
See how it grows.
you've got to stop those foolish lies.
They shock my ears, they shock my eyes.
They'll make you stay a wooden toy. You'll never be a real live boy.
Pinocchio and Cricket were visiting their polar bear friend Snowball. He told them about another resident of the North Pole, Popsy the penguin. They all went to visit him and found him doing some beautiful figure skating. At Popsy's invitation, they all played ice hockey until Snowball swallowed the puck. Pinocchio then decided that he was hungry, so the four of them went ice fishing. Pinocchio thought he had caught a huge fish and asked Cricket and Penguin to help him land it. Suddenly they were pulled through the hole in the ice by Snowball, who thought he'd caught a fish too, until he saw Pinocchio, Cricket, and Popsy come out dripping wet.
We're going to keep looking for the blue fairy. Thanks for everything, fellas. There's a ringing in my ear, Crick.
Well, it must be pretty loud, 'cause I hear it too.
There it is again. What can it be?
Yes, sir, gentlemen. What'll it be? Ice cream? We have 37 different flavors, including Tutti Frutti, cigars, cigarettes, chewing gum, snow tires. If you don't see it, ask for it.
The name's Cricket, and this is Pinocchio.
Well, I'm Lots of Luck, the Arctic Tycoon. Glad to see you.
What are you doing out here?
What am I doing out here? Why, I run a hotel for explorers, own a used reindeer lot, process frozen foods, have the ice cream concession. I'm president of the Snowbank, as well as the world's foremost igloo builder. What am I doing here? Silly boy, what are you doing here?
We're looking for the blue fairy.
Well, I've heard of red-nosed reindeer and Santa's elves, but nothing of blue fairies.
That's too bad.
Would you gentlemen be interested in purchasing a ready-made prefabricated igloo and joining a growing community?
Well,
Of course you would. All right, gentlemen, follow me. Isn't she a beauty? All I need is a buyer.
Well, lots of luck.
She's a regular ice palace. Look, she's fireproof. And sturdy. And fully air-conditioned, too. Of course, you want to see the inside. And look at this, gentlemen. The only hi-fi set at the North Pole.
But I don't hear anything.
Exactly. All hi-fi sets give you lots of noise, but a Lots of Luck hi-fi gives you silence. In stereo, no less. Listen to the tone of that silence. Beautiful.
Very nice, but we don't like the location.
Ah, but that's the beauty of a prefab igloo. You can move it anywhere you want. You just pack the house into an ice tray. Now, into the kitchen. Leaves you breathless, doesn't it?
What's that thing?
I'm glad you asked. This is a pop-up toaster. You press this, and the toaster pops up. This kitchen is fully automatic. In 5 minutes, with one finger, you can have a complete meal on the table.
How can you do that with one finger?
Dial the corner grocery, which I happen to own. We cater for all occasions. Now, into the game room. Now, my good man, have a seat and relax.
What is this thing?
Relax and enjoy it. How about a shave?
He's too young to shave.
Well, then have a suntan. In a few minutes, you'll be brown as a berry. What do you say? You'll take the house? It's a steal. It's yours for a song.
For a song, eh? Well, in that case, sledding, sledding over the Arctic snow.
What are you doing?
Singing a song.
Funny, funny. Oh, you're a funny man.
My beautiful igloo. It's going up in water.
Well, lots of luck Fast talked himself out of a sail with that sun lamp. And it's a good thing Pinocchio and Cricket didn't buy the igloo. They'd have to live at the North Pole then. Pinocchio and Cricket have been just about everywhere in their search for the blue fairy who can change Pinocchio into a real boy. Now here's a fellow they always seem to meet up with at the wrong times. Foxy Q. Fibble.
Oh, Fibble's the name, and his one claim to fame is his sneaky and sly, tricky way.
I'm Foxy Q Fibble, that's Fibble like scribble.
His game is to prove that crimes pay.
A craftier fox in this world you can't find, not one with such schemes like the ones I've in mind. My uppermost plan is to capture for good that preposterous puppet who's made out of wood.
Oh, Fibble's the name, and his one claim to fame is his sneaky and sly, tricky way.
I'm Foxy Q Fibble, that's Fibble like scribble.
His game is to prove that crimes pay.
Step this way, folks, don't be shy. You'll never get rich if you never try. Fibble's the name, Foxy Q. Howdy, neighbor, howdy do. Got a bright brand new scheme here that's sure guaranteed to make us all richer than Fort Knox indeed. Just sign this long contract right here on the line. Thank you, my lad, now your share is all mine.
Pinocchio and Cricket have rented a boat named the Yankee Clipper. They plan to sail to an underwater city in hopes of finding the Blue Fairy. Just before they set sail, Foxy Q Fibble and Cool S Cat came on board the ship through a porthole. Pinocchio climbed the ship's boom to unfurl the sails when suddenly the boom got out of control, but he hung on to it. Then Foxy and Cool came on the deck just in time to have Pinocchio knock them over. Foxy and Cool wanted to sail on the Clipper, so Cricket said they could stay as long as they worked. Let's see what happens next aboard the good ship Yankee Clipper.
Now hear this. Now hear this. All hands on deck. All hands on deck.
What are you doing?
Putting all hands on deck.
No, are you stupid? Oh, to lead the simple life of a con man once again.
All right, Mr. Fibble, on your feet. There's work to be done.
There's a law against enslaved seamen. The Maritime Union will hear about this. Serves you right.
When you clean up this mess, Mr. Fibble, report to Mate Pinocchio, or I'll throw you in the brig.
Who does he think he is? Captain Bligh?
What's the matter, Cool? You seasick?
No, just fishing.
Well, snap to attention and get to work.
Yeah, like sure, Dad.
Hurry up.
Cool, school. I can't take this any longer.
Me neither, Dad. Like I've had it.
Well then, let's take over the ship.
All right, you two, get to work.
That's your last order, Captain Cricket.
Get me out of here!
You can't get away with this.
It looks as though we have. Tie them to the mast, Cool.
This is mutiny. You'll swing from the rafters for this.
Like, man, with the right music, I could swing anywhere.
Give me a reading.
Once upon a time,
Not that kind of reading. Now, where are we?
in the middle of the ocean, Dad.
Oh, take the wheel. I'll do it myself.
Gee, what a grouch.
Put it back. You'll wreck the ship.
Like, make up your mind, Foxy.
Ben, that fox is no sailor. He'll sink the ship.
Don't worry, Crick. I'll be out of these ropes in a minute.
Hurry, Pinocchio.
Like, Dad, you must be doing something wrong to make those waves.
Well, don't just stand there. Do something.
I will.
Free cat.
Fox overboard! Fox overboard!
Steady as she goes.
Throw Foxy a lifesaver.
Out goes the water, and in goes the air. Out goes the water, and in goes the air. You all right, Foxy?
You two are going into the brig.
You and your mutiny ideas.
Oh, shut up.
All right, now, full sail ahead, Mr. Pinocchio.
You'd think that sly old Foxy could get along pretty well by himself, but he's got a partner in mischief, a real cool cat named, what else but Cool S. Cat.
Some cats are furry, some are in a hurry to be first in the line on the fence.
As for me, I'd just rather dispense with all the blather and stay cool, man. To me, that makes more sense.
La 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 la. Who is the coolest cat in town? Who is the coolest one around? A cat like the coolest.
Cool as cat.
Cool man way out.
Cool as cat.
Cool man way out.
Cool as cat.
Dig means you like it. A cat's a guy who digs it, and a pad is a place where you live. And a chick is a dolly. Way out means that you're jolly.
So come on, see what coolest cat can give. La 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 la. Who is the coolest cat in town? Who is the coolest one around?
A cat like the coolest. Cool as cat.
Cool man way out.
Cool as cat.
Like, man, I'm cool. Like, I'm so cool that I'm out. Like, I'm so far out that I'm in. Dig it? Meow. Cool man way out.
Cool as cat.
Now, don't rush the season. Take the time to reason. Slow it down, play it cool, don't be flat. Come with me, start to swing it. Well, ring-a-ding-a-dinger.
Lots of fun, everyone, with cool as cat. La 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 la. Who is the coolest cat in town? Who is the coolest one around? A cat like the coolest.
Cool as cat.
Cool man way out.
Cool as cat.
Cool man way out.
Cool as cat.
Like I'm a cool cat, man. Meow.
Hello there. Did you ever wonder what it would be like to be able to travel wherever you wanted to visit all the parts of the world? Well, Pinocchio and his friend Cricket wanted to do just that. So first thing they did was to hop over to the railroad yard. Of course, you know why Pinocchio was so anxious to travel, don't you? That's right. He was looking just about everywhere for the blue fairy who could turn him into a real boy. Oh, how Pinocchio wanted to be a real live boy instead of just a wooden puppet. Let's join them now and see what they're up to.
Let's stop and rest a minute, Pinocchio. I'm bushed.
So am I, Crick. I bet we've walked 1,000,000 miles looking for the blue fairy.
1,000,000 miles. Just think, to be able to travel 1,000,000 miles, all the things to see, majestic mountains, foaming rivers, jewel-lit cities, solemn forests, the whole wide world zipping by. 1,000,000 miles.
Who said that?
I was just envying your footloose and fancy-free existence.
Who said that?
Why, me, of course.
It's a little engine.
Naturally.
Naturally, he says. Well, I guess when you're scouring the countryside looking for a blue fairy to turn a talking puppet into a real boy, you've got to expect things like talking choo-choo trains.
My name's Pinocchio, and this is my friend Cricket.
My name is Harold. I'm a switcher engine. Oh, I'd just love to hear all about your adventures. All I do all day long is chug up and down in this railroad yard.
And you're not happy here? You've got a steady job, probably lots of friends.
Yes, that's true. But I long for the open road. I want to be free, to write poetry. I want to grow a beard and wear a beret and no socks. I want to wander wherever I please and breathe the sweet-scented air of freedom.
You know, when he says it, it sounds good.
Well, gee, Harold, if you want to so much, why don't you come with us?
Could I? Could I really? Oh, golly, that would be swell. I'll tell you what. Hop on and I'll tell you how to operate the controls. First, open the flue and stoke up the fire. Now open the valve and let the water into the boiler. Then the steam into the pistons. Okay, we're off.
Oh, boy, I've always wanted to be an engineer.
Yeah, this is great. Say, why are you slowing down?
I'm afraid I don't know my way out of the yards. All I've ever done is run up and back on the tracks.
Well, I don't think that this is the right track. Better back up to that last switch we came through.
Oops. Hey, why don't you watch where you're going?
Oh, gee, we're sorry, Mr.
Reginald's me name, but me friends, many of whom is royalty, calls me Reggie, which you may do likewise.
Oh, hi, I'm Pinocchio. This is Cricket, and he's Harold.
Oh, I'm glad to make all yours acquaintances. Now, please be a little more careful and watch where you're going. Where are you going, if I ain't too bold to inquire?
Well, we're off to find the blue fairy, and Harold is coming along because he wants to see the world. Only we don't know how to get out of here.
You are indeed fortunate to have found me. I personally shall lead yous out of the yards. Wait till I gets me luggage. All right, men, let us be on our way. Make a left at the next switch, then another, and go straight on out. It's good to be on the road again. I normally ride first class in a compartment, but me doctor, a very prominent specialist, has advised me to ride the rods for me health. Onward, coachman, onward!
Have you met Pedro Pistol's famous bloodhound Samaro? Well, let's listen in. It looks like he's found a clue.
A sniff, 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 all day long. A sniff, 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 to find what's wrong. Everyone stares and says, hey you, that's not the proper thing to do. A sniff, 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 all day long. A sniff, 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 to find what's wrong. It's sort of a dreary way, I'd say, to make your living sniffing through the day. I'm dreadfully sorry. I know it's impolite to sniff in public, but I do have a terrible problem. When one is born a bloodhound, what can one do but sniff? A sniff, 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 all day long. A sniff, 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 to find what's wrong. Everyone stares and says, hey you, that's not a proper thing to do. A sniff, 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 all day long. A sniff, 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 to find what's wrong. It's sort of a dreary way, I'd say, to make your living sniffing through the day. A sniff, 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 all day long. A sniff, sniff, sniff to find what's wrong. Everyone stares and says, hey you, that's not a proper thing to do. A sniff, sniff, sniff all day long. A sniff, sniff, sniff to find what's wrong. It's sort of a dreary way, I'd say, to make your living sniffing through the day.
Make your living sniffing through the day.
Hi there. Say, did you ever try your hand at wood carving? It's really lots of fun. Why, with a little practice, you might even be able to make yourself a little wooden puppet like Pinocchio. Of course, it probably wouldn't walk and talk like mine, but you'd sure have a lot of fun with it anyway. Speaking of walking and talking, do you think that made Pinocchio happy? No, sir. He wanted to be a real boy. Matter of fact, he and his friend Cricket spent most of their time looking for the blue fairy who could turn Pinocchio into a real boy. Today, we find our friends searching when they meet Pedro Pistol and his bloodhound Simoro.
Aha, another brilliant find. Ruddy good show, Samara, old fellow, ruddy good.
Hey, Simoro, amigo, what do you think you're doing?
Well, old chap, you're not getting any business, so I'm keeping in practice with this rubber mouse.
But I thought your nosy was all stuffed up and you couldn't smell with him.
True, but the rubber mouse has a squeaker in it, and I just poke my nose around until I bump into it, and there's the little blighter now.
Simoro, you're a one loyal and trusted friend, but a bloodhound you are not.
See here, my good fellow, I'm the last of a long line of royal bloodhounds descended from the hounds of Habsburg on my mother's side. Anyway, I'm good enough for a detective who's always out of work.
See, but not for long. Look, I bought one fine book on how to become a detective.
Let's have a look at it, old man. My word! Here's a chapter I must read. A faithful friend and indispensable companion, the bloodhound.
Come on, Simoro. Hey, what do you say we try her out? What is the first chapter?
Let's see. It's on how to shadow a suspect. Seems simple enough, really.
Okay, let's go on the outsides and find someone to shadow.
Righto.
Hey, Simoro, what it is you think you are doing?
Look here, old chap. The book advises the utmost caution to avoid detection.
See, of course. And that's what the book she says. But what does that mean?
It means, old fellow, that we must be very careful not to be seen.
Oh, yes. I know it all the time, I think.
Aha! The keen eyes and stuffed nose of the ever-alert bloodhound have selected a victim. Follow me. Having trailed the subject successfully, close in for the capture. Ready?
You see, Pedro Pistol is ready already.
You have the net?
See, here she is.
Okay, old man. Ready with the net? Now.
We have catch him. Say 1 minute, Simoro. These two guys look very familiar.
Let me out of here. What do you think you're doing?
Help! I'm stuck. Let me down.
Hey, Simoro, I think we have made a mistake.
By Jove, it's Pinocchio and Cricket.
By Jove, it's Pinocchio and Cricket. By Jove. By Jove. Bye-bye.
Now, if you were looking very hard for someone and couldn't find them, what would you do? Well, maybe you might hire the services of someone like Pedro Pistol, Private Eye. And that's exactly what Pinocchio and Cricket did one day when they'd come to the end of the line in their search for the blue fairy.
Hey, Pedro! Pedro!
Don't talk so loud. You're going to ruin my whole siesta.
I'm Pedro Pistol, Private Eye. I'm always a pistol, and that is why
I find the blue fairy, even though it is scary, 'cause I'm Pedro Pistol, private eye. I think I have shoot myself in the foot. But I don't know how I do this, since I don't have no gun, which I might say is mucho confusing, since I am Pedro Pistol, private eye. I'm Pedro Pistol, exclusive sleuth, but I pack no pistol, that's the truth. Yet I've got the cure for crime just as sure as I'm Pedro Pistol, exclusive sleuth. Very funny thing where I get this big hole in my sombrero. Pretty big hole. Look like there's a message inside. Say Pedro Pistol size 7.5. This is all for my head. I'm Pedro Pistol, capricious cop. And in my profession I am the top. For the inside track I sure have the knack. I'm Pedro Pistol, capricious cop. I think I hear the blue fairy sniffing around here somewhere. Oh, it is only Simoro, my bloodhound. Hey, Simoro, aquí. Here, Simoro. Over here by the window. Here, boy. Good boy, I knew you would find me. I'm Pedro Pistol, the private eye. I'm hot as a pistol, and that is why I find the blue fairy, even though it is scary. I'm Pedro Pistol, private eye.
Hey, Pedro!
Olé!